you have to really want it. And it sucks because some people, if you're into the harder drugs, you might not get that opportunity. Unfortunately, it's everything that's happening with fentanyl and everything. It's really disturbing. But I know your channel is mostly people who are into weed. But my advice would be is to please try to wake up. I really do think that sometimes you have to hit this rock bottom. You have to hit this low,
Mm,
and you kind of have to go through this period until you finally realize I just can't fucking do this anymore.
yeah.
My mom really cared about me, so I had a pretty good support system, which I'm very grateful for. She tried putting me we tried rehab, I just wasn't genuinely ready to give it up at that point.
Okay.
So, that was it's important to know is to just, be patient with yourself.
Amen, brother. Amen. So they say that in recovery groups, just like you said, like recovery is for people that want it, not for those that need it. Obviously, many people need it. What made you want it finally? That say, like, I want to do this.
Joel, that's a really good question. It's just something just wakes up inside of you where you just
Mm,
have this realization, almost similar to like when you have like a spiritual awakening. Like it's not something that you can force yourself. It's just something that naturally comes where you just realize like you just you have to stop. And some people, like I said, I mean, if you're struggling with that, finding that reason to quit is to maybe find some sort of higher purpose in life, either your life purpose or even some sort of spiritual thing. It doesn't even have to be religion, just something. Just try to find something greater than yourself. And I
mm.
really think that if I had found that earlier, that that would have helped me a lot.
Oh man, yeah, I'm so glad you said that, Evan. That's such an important piece of recovery is that higher power, higher purpose, higher mission. I work with people on that and coaching, like how to find that thing that's going to motivate you to stay sober because getting sober to stay sober, like I'll be frank, is kind of boring. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like
Exactly.
I don't blame anyone who doesn't want to get sober. Just oh yeah, I got sober. We really work on like finding okay, why do you want to do this? Do you have relationship goals, career goals? That I guess you could say that that is a part of you too. So I like how you're saying find something a little more altruistic, maybe some sort of spiritual path, which is what we're going to dive into more. What was that for you? What was your higher purpose, higher calling?
Okay, so I got into mindfulness, right? And not only like was it just the meditation, it was just the whole like realm of spirituality. It was Buddhism
Mhm.
that I originally became really
Oh,
interested in.
love it.
And I just absolutely loved it. I loved I loved the philosophy of Buddhism. It all made so much sense to me. It really spoke to me. It kind of woke something up inside of me. So at that point, I just knew I was really interested in spirituality and learning about different spiritual teachings, which I never was before. I probably laughed at it before, at an earlier point in life. Yeah, so I was doing meditation regularly, learning about different spiritual things, learning about how to do all of this inner work. And then I think after maybe a year or two of doing that, it finally occurred to me like, all right, now I have to teach this to other people, you know?
Mm,
And I think
mhm.
that that was really like what really kept me sober was
Oh, okay.
this is like the work that you're doing, the work that I'm doing, this kind of stuff is this is I think really think this is my purpose on this planet, probably yours too, if you're, running this kind of channel. I think our life purpose is always going to come back to helping other people in some way, you know.
Yes.
It might not be so obvious, but
Mm,
it's never gonna be something that we just sit in our room doing. Like, if your life purpose is art, you have to give that back to the world. You have to design art that's gonna, help people in some way, maybe inspire them, maybe invoke
mm.
some sort of emotion in them. It's not gonna be you just sitting in your room drawing. So,
Yeah.
I think you really truly realize what your life purpose is once you start sharing it with the world, or at least
Mm.
realize that you're supposed to share it with the world.
Again, coming back to recovery, and I'll just keep touching on that point.
Mhm.
Service is one of the three pillars of recovery in those groups. I can't say them by name, but you know what they are. And a lot of people with addiction problems, unfortunately, this is not a good or bad thing, as they say in Buddhism. Just is there's a lot of self-centeredness, and I believe that comes from trauma from the past. I know for me, it was not feeling safe. So I had to go inwards. And therefore, I became more, I was always trying to protect myself. And when I got older, that manifested into self seeking, self serving, self centeredness. And so a big thing for me was getting out of that. And service is a great way to do that. I think it keeps a lot of people sober. It sounds like it did for you as well,
Yeah.
because you realize that, okay, I'm not super important as I think I am. Two, you get to experience what it feels like to give back to another person because let's be honest, like once when you open yourself up to life, it gives you a lot. We got life to begin with. Like that's a pretty amazing thing.